Close all the curtain, stay on the phone. We are the monsters, holding you still. We are the gallows up on the hill. Answer the question. Is God on your side? We'll be together. We're the rebel tide. We are the monster. There's no place to hide. Thank